Joanne O'Dowd's journey, I mean, it's kind of wild, isn't it? Starting out in this electronic house duo, Lust for Love, and then, bam, she's out here blending acoustic guitar with like electronica. Talk about a shift.
Absolutely. What really strikes me about her transition is how intentional it feels. Lust for Love wasn't just about dance music. It was a carefully crafted soundscape. And then taking that and merging it with acoustic folk. That's next level experimentation.
Okay, but side note, how fun is the name Lust for Love? You just picture like late 90s warehouse parties, jeans 2 sizes too big, and neon lights everywhere.
Right? And then you have this duo creating music that's not just for the club, but also, as some reviews put it, perfect for winding down after the club. Their tracks weren't just high energy, they had layers, a kind of storytelling baked in. Very, cohesive.
Totally. I was listening to some of their earlier stuff. They were really smooth at keeping that balance. Like you could throw on Lust for Love and chill out on a Tuesday night. But jumping from that to like folktronica, that's a flex.
It really is. And when you look at albums like Collaborations Remixes, you see how collaborative Joanne is as an artist. She's brought in DJs, remixers, co-writers, even explored different layers of her own sound by reworking earlier tracks.
Speaking of reworking, Eric, those studio pictures of her online, how she like sits there with her guitar and synths, it's just, visually, it captures that genre mashup perfectly. Like, yeah, that's someone who's bringing folk and electronica together.
And it's not merely the tools she's using, it's how she approaches them, with this ethereal, thematically intricate style. Albums like Extracted Passions, for example, pull from such a deep well of influences.
Yeah, and I kind of love how DIY the whole thing feels. Like she's not waiting for someone to open a door for her. She's building the house and hosting the party.
Exactly. It reminds me of when I was in Brighton years ago, in this tiny underground club, and someone spun a mashup of Elton John with this glitchy electronic beat. The room just stopped for a second, then started dancing again, like we'd discovered a new language.
Wait, Elton John with glitch? That's amazing. But seriously, isn't that what keeps you hooked on music? When someone like takes two things you'd never expect together and it just works?
Exactly. It transcends expectation, which for Joanne seems to define her creative process. Her work isn't just one genre talking, it's a conversation between a dozen of them. And speaking of blending unexpected elements, have you seen how Joanne is translating that same approach into the visual arts? I mean, here's someone who started with electronic soundscapes, and now she's creating digital collages and acrylic paintings that feel just as layered and intentional as her music.
And the themes. I mean, nature meets tech with a dash of mermaids and mythology. It's giving me like this supercharged artsy fantasy vibe.
Exactly. There's this interplay, a symbiosis between her mediums that really stands out. I think of her exhibitions like those at the Lander Gallery or the Falmouth Arts Centre. They weren't just about displaying pieces, they were immersions into these interconnected worlds she's creating.
Can I just say though, using mythic archetypes like Mother Nature or the Green Man, it's like she's inviting us into a story, not just showing us art. Also, mermaids. Who doesn't love a good mermaid?
It's compelling for sure, and it's not just the content of her work, it's how she integrates it. She's taking technology, photography, even scanned images, and transforming them into something distinctly organic. It's a bit paradoxical, and yet it works beautifully.
Oh, and don't forget Intricate. That name alone, it's funky, it's edgy, and like the idea of branding her art back then before fully claiming it under her name later, such a bold move. It's like she was saying, I can expand my world however I like.
Right. It's almost as if she's constantly exploring how far her creativity can stretch. From digital collages to painting with acrylics, it's so diverse yet still cohesive. You can see her thematic fingerprint on everything, whether it's a canvas or a live multimedia performance.
And the multimedia projections? I was watching some clips and wow, they're mesmerizing. It's like halfway between a concert and an art installation.
That's what makes her so engaging as an artist. Her live performances aren't just about music or visuals, but the fusion of the two. It's an experience, more than anything.
Okay, so case in point, her Broken Flowers series. It's so raw. Like, I love how she's pulling these delicate motifs and giving them this bold modern edge. It's nature, but not, you know?
Absolutely. And that modern edge combined with her thematic depth keeps her work, whether it's music or art, feeling fresh. It's no wonder her exhibitions have had such a broad appeal. There's something there for anyone willing to look beneath the surface.
You know, speaking of how Joanne stretches her creativity across different mediums, her foray into fashion and homeware feels like such a natural evolution of that. The lyrical mashup tunic t-shirt dress alone, super innovative.
Absolutely. She's managed to translate her music and visual art into wearable pieces and functional designs. That kind of cross-medium creativity, it's rare. And pairing her original artwork and lyrics into products, that's visionary.
Right? And it's not just like, here's some merch. It's high-quality, thoughtful design. It feels like she's inviting her audience to literally wear her story.
Exactly. And the Bags of Love platform. What a clever choice. It allows her to showcase her work to a global audience without losing the uniqueness of her designs.
Oh, totally. And then there's her website, right? She's got poetry, paintings, lyrics, photography. It's kind of like stepping into her brain, creatively overwhelming in the best way possible.
It really exemplifies what it means to be a modern artist, doesn't it? Someone who doesn't just stick to one medium or platform, but uses them all to form a cohesive narrative. It's inspiring.
Okay, confession. I actually tried launching a storytelling blog once, thinking I'd be the next big thing. Let's just say I did not reach Joanne levels of excellence.
But that's part of it. Artists today, like Joanne, show us it's about tenacity and consistency. The ability to create and share well across multiple platforms is a skill in itself, not just a byproduct of modern tech.
Right? And I think it's also about like being true to your voice while adapting to new tools. Joanne's found a way to blend her passions, music, art, fashion, all of it, and still maintain this grounded authenticity.
It's a lesson in evolution for any creator out there. And on that note, Ruby, I think Joanne's journey reminds us why creatives like her are so necessary. They push us to think beyond the norm and embrace the possibilities of, well, everything.
Absolutely. Joanne O'Dowd, if you're listening, we're in awe. On that note, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's been honestly such a joy diving into Joanne's multifaceted world.
Agreed, and that's all for today on JellyPod. Until next time, keep creating and exploring. Take care, everyone.